Ambition with direction is the trait of moving towards something real, something specific. Not just talking about dreams, it's visible forward motion. When you have it, people can see you're building something, shaping a future, making choices that compound over time. It's not about the destination, it's about the path being clear. Women notice this immediately, not the words you say about your goals, but the evidence that you're actually walking toward them. Your schedule reflects priorities. Your decisions align with a larger plan. Your energy goes toward building, not just surviving. That's when attraction shifts from surface to substance. At first, ambition feels exciting. It creates respect. She sees someone who values his own time, who won't waste hers either. The peak comes when she realizes you're not trying to impress her with plans. You're simply living them, and she gets to be part of something already in motion. But here's the paradox. Ambition without direction is just noise. It's complaining about where you are without moving. It's starting projects you never finish. Over time, that erodes attraction faster than having no ambition at all. Real ambition doesn't announce itself. It just shows up daily. The trait isn't the dream. It's the discipline to make the dream inevitable, one decision at a time. Mysterious restraint is the ability to hold something back. Not everything, just enough. It's the space between what you reveal and what you keep private. The gap that creates curiosity instead of comfort. You don't overshare. You don't explain your entire life story on the first date or spill every thought the moment it forms. That restraint creates tension, the good kind, the kind that makes someone lean in to learn more. It's not about playing games, it's about having depth that can't be discovered in one conversation. At first, restraint makes you different. Most people flood the space with words, desperate to be understood, to be liked, to fill silence. You don't. You let silence sit. You answer questions without turning them into monologues. That contrast alone sets you apart. The peak happens when she realizes there are layers to you she hasn't reached yet. Stories you haven't told, thoughts you haven't shared, emotions you keep controlled. It makes time with you feel valuable because there's always something new to discover. Then comes the risk. Hold back too much, and you become distant, cold, unreadable. Over time, mystery without connection feels like walls, not depth. The trait works because it balances revelation with restraint. You share enough to build trust, but keep enough to stay interesting. Mysterious restraint isn't about hiding who you are. It's about not handing over everything at once and making her work to truly know you. Physical strength displayed casually is when your body does something without effort, without announcement, and she notices. You lift something heavy like it weighs nothing. You open a jar. She couldn't. You move furniture, carry bags, or hold something steady while she adjusts. It's not gym photos or flexing in mirrors. It's strength in action, used for purpose, not performance. Women respond to this on a level that skips logic. It's primal. Old wiring that connects physical capability with safety, provision, and genetic advantage. At first, casual strength catches attention. She sees you handle something physical, and her brain registers competence. You didn't struggle, you didn't complain, you just did it. That moment creates a flash of attraction she might not even consciously recognize. The peak comes during repeated exposure. Every time your physicality shows up naturally, it reinforces the impression. You're capable. You're solid. You're built in a way that makes the world feel a little easier for her to navigate. Then comes the reality. Strength displayed casually works because it's not desperate. It's not posed. The moment you start showing off, lifting things unnecessarily, or mentioning the gym constantly, the effect dies. Over time it becomes annoying, not attractive. The trait isn't the strength itself. It's the ease, the lack of effort, the quiet confidence that your body can handle what needs handling, and you don't need applause for it. Humor that doesn't mock is the ability to make people laugh without making someone else the target. It's wit that elevates, not tears down. You find the funny in situations, in yourself, in absurdity, but never in someone's insecurity or pain. That restraint makes your humor feel safe, and safety creates connection. At first, humor draws her in. Laughter releases endorphins, relaxes tension, and makes time feel lighter. When you're funny, moments with you feel easy. She associates you with positive emotion, with relief from stress, with not taking life too seriously. That's when initial attraction forms. The peak happens when she realizes your humor never has an edge that could cut her. You're not sarcastic in ways that sting. You don't use jokes to avoid real conversations or deflect from emotion. You laugh with people, not at them. That makes her feel she can relax fully around you without wondering if she'll become the punchline later. Then comes the long-term effect. Humor that mocks might get laughs in the moment, but it plants seeds of distrust. She starts wondering when you'll turn that sharpness on her. Over time, it creates distance, not closeness. Humor that doesn't mock does the opposite. It signals emotional intelligence, empathy, and the ability to create joy without cruelty. The trait isn't about being funny. It's about being funny in a way that makes people feel better about themselves, not worse. Financial stability without flaunting is having your life together and letting it show quietly. Your bills are paid, your home is clean, your car runs. You don't stress about meals or avoid places because of cost, but you never mention it. You don't flash cash, name drop prices, or make money part of your identity. It's just there working silently in the background. Women notice this through evidence, not words. You suggest plans without hesitation. You handle unexpected costs without panic. Your clothes fit well. Your space is maintained, and nothing about your life screams struggle. That quiet competence signals something deeper than wealth. It signals responsibility, foresight, and the ability to take care of yourself, which makes her believe you could take care of someone else too. At first, stability creates comfort. She doesn't worry that dates will be awkward over the check, or that you'll borrow money, or that your life is held together with debt. The peak comes when she realizes you have resources, but don't need validation from them. You spend money on experiences, not status. You're generous without being flashy. Then comes the contrast. Flaunting wealth might attract attention, but it repels depth. Over time, it makes you look insecure, like your bank account is the most interesting thing about you. Financial stability without flaunting works because it's proof without performance. You've built something real, and you don't need her to be impressed by it. You just need it to make life easier for both of you. Passionate about something means caring deeply about a pursuit that has nothing to do with her. It's a skill, a craft, a mission, a hobby that lights you up when you talk about it. You practice it. You improve at it. You lose track of time doing it. That obsession makes you attractive because it shows you're not empty, not dependent, not waiting for someone else to give your life meaning. At first, passion catches her attention. Your eyes change when you talk about it. Your voice shifts. Your energy rises. That transformation tells her brain you're not just existing. You're alive, engaged, growing. It makes you interesting because there's something about you she can't fully access or control. And that distance creates pull. The peak happens when she sees you in your element. You're focused, skilled, flowing in a state where you forget the world. Watching someone operate at that level triggers attraction because competence is magnetic. It doesn't matter if it's music, coding, cooking, woodworking, or sports. The domain doesn't matter. The devotion does. Then comes the balance. Passion works because it's separate from her. But if it consumes you completely, it becomes competition, not attraction. Over time, she needs to matter too, not always comes second to your pursuit. The trait isn't about having a hobby. It's about having something that makes you more than just a man interested in women. You're a person with depth, and she gets to discover that depth instead of becoming it. Physical touch intelligence is knowing when, where, and how to touch in ways that communicate without words. It's a hand on the lower back guiding her through a door, a light touch on her arm when you're talking, moving, her hair off her face, adjusting her necklace. These moments say things language can't. They create connection, signal intent, and build attraction through the oldest communication system humans have. Touch works faster than conversation. At first, the right touch breaks the barrier between stranger and something more. It shifts energy. Her body notices before her mind does. A brief touch releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical. Her nervous system starts associating you with warmth, safety, and closeness. That's when interest deepens from mental to physical. The peak comes when your touch feels perfectly calibrated. Not too much, not too little. You're not grabbing or groping. You're not distant or hesitant. You touch with certainty, with intention, with just enough pressure to register but not overwhelm. That balance signals confidence and emotional intelligence, both attractive traits on their own. Then comes the mistake most men make. They either avoid touch completely, leaving everything in the friend zone, or they escalate too fast, making touch feel invasive instead of intimate. Over time, touch intelligence builds physical comfort and erases hesitation between two people. The trait isn't about touching more, it's about touching right, reading her response, adjusting based on feedback, communicating through contact in ways that words would ruin. Unpredictable spontaneity is breaking the pattern when life starts feeling routine. It's suggesting a midnight drive when she's expecting bed, booking a weekend trip with 2 days' notice, trying a restaurant neither of you can pronounce. It's doing something unplanned, unexpected, just different enough to shake up the ordinary. That disruption creates excitement, and excitement keeps attraction alive when comfort starts dulling it. At first, spontaneity feels refreshing. Most people fall into loops, same places, same plans, same conversations. When you break that rhythm, you become the source of novelty, and novelty triggers dopamine, the same chemical released during early attraction. Suddenly, time with you feels less predictable, more alive. The peak happens when spontaneity creates memorable moments, the random road trip, the surprise date, the unplanned adventure that becomes a story you both retell. These moments build emotional highlights, peaks in the relationship that stand out against the flatness of routine. Over time, those peaks matter more than daily consistency. Then comes the balance. Spontaneity without reliability becomes chaos. If you're always unpredictable, never stable, it doesn't feel exciting. It feels exhausting. She can't trust you to follow through or show up when it matters. The trait works when it punctuates stability, not replaces it. Unpredictable spontaneity isn't about being random. It's about being present enough to notice when things need shaking up and bold enough to do something about it before the relationship starts feeling like a schedule. Grooming and self-care is taking care of your appearance in ways that show you respect yourself. Your hair is cut, your nails are clean, your clothes fit properly, smell fresh and match the occasion. Your skin doesn't look neglected. Your teeth are maintained. These aren't superficial details. They're signals that you care about how you show up in the world. And if you care about that, you'll probably care about her too. At first, grooming creates a baseline. She notices you before you speak. Clean, well-maintained, intentional. That visual first impression determines whether attraction even has a chance to start. You don't have to be handsome. You just have to look like you tried, like you value yourself enough to make effort a habit. The peak comes from consistency. Every time she sees you, the standard holds. You're not well-groomed only on dates. It's who you are. That consistency signals discipline, self-respect, and attention to detail. It tells her you won't let things slide, including the relationship, because you don't let yourself slide either. Then comes the long-term reality. Poor grooming doesn't just kill attraction, it kills respect. Over time, letting yourself go communicates that you've stopped trying, that you don't care how she sees you, or worse, that you think she should accept you regardless of effort. Grooming and self-care isn't vanity. It's communication. It says you take your role seriously, that you understand your appearance affects how people experience you, and that you're willing to meet the world, and her, at your best. The leader instinct is stepping into decisions when no one else will. It's choosing the restaurant when the group is stuck debating. It's taking charge when plans fall apart. It's knowing what needs to happen next, and making it happen without asking permission or waiting for consensus. That ability to lead, even in small moments, triggers something primal in attraction. It signals confidence, competence, and the willingness to carry responsibility. At first, leadership stands out through contrast. Most people defer, hesitate, or wait for someone else to decide. When you step in naturally, without forcing it, she notices. It feels like relief. Someone capable is here. Someone who won't make her manage everything or drag her through indecision. That confidence is magnetic. The peak comes when leadership shows up consistently across situations. You handle a confrontation calmly. You navigate a stressful moment without falling apart. You make a call when information is incomplete and own the result either way. That repeated demonstration builds trust, and trust deepens attraction faster than almost anything else. Then comes the line between leading and controlling. Leadership invites. It considers input. It makes space for others. Control demands. It dismisses. It turns decisions into power plays. Over time, the wrong kind of leadership becomes suffocating, not attractive. The leader instinct works because it removes burden without removing agency. You take charge when needed, but you're not dominating every moment. You lead because it's natural, because someone should, and because you can. Not because you need to prove something.